How did you get my number? Do call me again. And he hung up. Hello, I'm Joanna Slater and welcome to my channel where I share practical telephone selling tips to help you sell more successfully over the phone. By the end of this video, you would have had 5 practical ways to reduce cold calling fear and feel more confident picking up the phone. So let's kick off with something I personally struggled with when I first started in telephone sales, and maybe you have too, the fear of cold calling. I'll be honest, I can still remember sitting at my desk with my hand hovering over the phone, heart racing, secretly hoping nobody would answer. And if all that sounds familiar, trust me, you are not alone. The good news is that the fear of cold calling can be overcome. So over the years, I found practical ways to manage those nerves and build confidence and start enjoying the process. So let's jump right in. Preparation reduces panic. One of the biggest causes of fear for me was the uncertainty. Those first few seconds of a call felt terrifying because I didn't fully know what I was going to say. I'll never forget one of my earliest calls. I was phoning a CEO called Robert, and before I even dialed, I already felt nervous and completely out of my depth. The moment he answered, I rushed straight in. Hi, Robert. How's things? I wanted to talk to you about helping with your business. I sounded uncertain because I was uncertain. And almost immediately he snapped back. How did you get my number? Do call me again. And he hung up. Fear grows when we don't feel prepared. So I changed my approach. I started researching the company and the person I was calling, and that changed everything. Preparation helped me feel more in control of the conversation because I no longer felt lost at the start of a conversation, knowing who I was speaking to. We have so many tools available like Google, LinkedIn, and spending just 5 minutes researching a business can dramatically improve how you feel before making a call. Reframe your thinking. When picking up the phone to make a call, reframe your thoughts. So instead of thinking, they won't be interested, think, what if this conversation generally can help them? I told myself I wasn't selling, I was offering potential value. That small mindset shift changed the energy of my calls completely. The more I changed my mindset on how I can help, the more positive my calls became. Set small, realistic goals. I also used to put huge pressure on myself. I'd start the day thinking, I must make a sale today, and honestly, that pressure made my nerves even worse. The breakthrough came when I stopped focusing only on results and started focusing on activity instead. So instead of, I must close a deal today, my goals for the day became, make 20 calls, book 2 follow-ups, have 5 quality conversations. Suddenly the pressure lifted because even though if I didn't make a sale, I still felt productive and successful. My old mindset, here we go again, no one's going to say yes. My new mindset, right, let's make 20 good calls today. Every conversation gets me closer to the right person. Same job, complete different energy. Don't wait until you feel ready. One mistake I made early on was waiting to feel confident before making a call. I'd sit there thinking, I'll start in 5 minutes. I'll make a coffee first. I'll just check my notes again. But the longer I waited, the worse the fear became. What I eventually realized is this: confidence doesn't come before action, it comes after action. Some of my best calls happened when I felt nervous beforehand. So I created a simple rule for myself: stop overthinking and dial. Because once the conversation starts, the fear usually disappears within the first 20 seconds. And even if the call doesn't go perfectly well, I still won because I took action instead of avoiding it. That's how confidence is built in telephone sales, one call at a time. Accept rejection as part of the process. The hardest lesson for me was learning not to take rejection personally. At the beginning of every no, it felt so personal. But over time, I realised rejection isn't a reflection on me. Sometimes people are busy, sometimes the timing is wrong, sometimes they simply don't need what you offer. That's okay. I started seeing rejection differently. Every no simply moved me one step closer to the right yes. And strangely, once I accepted rejection as normal, it stopped feeling so frightening. So let's quickly recap on the 5 tips that help me overcome the fear of cold calling. Preparation reduces panic. Preparation creates confidence. Reframe your thinking. You're helping, not interrupting. Set small, realistic goals. Focus on activity, not just outcomes. Don't wait until you feel ready. Stop overthinking and dull. Accept rejection as part of the process. It's not a reflection on you. And remember, confidence doesn't appear overnight. It grows call by call, conversation by conversation. So if you found this video helpful, please make sure to like, subscribe and ring that bell so you don't miss next week's video where I'll be discussing staying motivated. And I'm giving away a free copy of my telephone sales objection handling cheat sheet. It contains 10 common objections you're likely to hear on the phone, along with practical responses you can use straight away. So thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye for now.